Sports Snippets, Dennis Sullivan here on a late Sunday, here to talk about the Miami Heat and the upcoming 2021 NBA playoffs for the Heat. Plenty to talk about here. I want to discuss a little bit about the game on Saturday night, a loss to the Milwaukee Bucks, 122 to 108. And also mainly want to talk about my thoughts going into the postseason. As I make this video, there are a few final regular season games to play out, which will officially determine who the Miami Heat will play in the first round. I'm going to get to that in just a second. But before we do, if you do like the content of this particular video, go ahead, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel as well, Sports Snippets with Dennis Sullivan, and hit that notification bell for future videos as well. So guys, let's get into this here. First and foremost, as I was beginning to discuss, two things would have to happen for the Heat to play the Nets in the first round instead of the Bucks. It's going to be one or the other. The Heat have the 6th seed in the playoffs. They will play either the Brooklyn Nets or the Milwaukee Bucks in the first round because the 2nd and 3rd seed it has yet to be decided. The Nets, in all likelihood, will get the 2nd seed. Bucks get the 3rd. That's if everything plays out the way it should. However, as I make this video, the Nets are getting ready to get started and pretty much getting started against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Bucks play on the road in Chicago at 8 o'clock Central. Make that 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, if the Nets were to lose to the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Bucks were to defeat the Bulls on Sunday night, it'll be the Bucks as the 2nd seed, and then you're looking at the Nets as the 3rd. But the big hurdle if you're a Buck fan or for the Milwaukee Bucks is that Cleveland, in all likelihood, will not beat the Nets in Brooklyn. Of course, it could happen. So if the Nets lose, Bucks win, it'll be Bucks 2nd seed. More than likely, though, we're looking at the Nets 2nd seed, Bucks 3rd, meaning it'll be Heat Bucks first round. Of course, many of you, by the time you watch this video, you're already going to know the answer to this. But in case you're watching this early, it's right after I make the video, that's the deal. That's the deal. Now, I have mixed emotions as far as the Heat getting the 6th seed. I think overall they underachieved in the regular season. They are better than the 6th team or 6th seed in the East, in my opinion. You can say, well, they had a lot of setbacks and a lot of injuries and all this stuff. Well, my response to that is, so did other teams. A lot of other teams. Even look right off the top of my head, the Atlanta Hawks. Come on. They were decimated by injuries for a while. And they finished as, looks like, the 5th seed in the East. Now, the other side of that, so that's my disappointment comment as far as the Heat getting the 6th seed. But the positive side of it, because I just don't want to make a Heat video and be negative. You can't do that. The positive side of that whole thing is that the Heat avoided the play-in. So in a way, we should be most thankful for that as Heat fans. So it really depends on what angle you want to take as far as how you feel about this team going on the playoffs. That's more of a commentary on how I think the regular season went. As far as going into the playoffs, I think the Heat are looking pretty good. I mean, they've been playing, for the most part, pretty good. What really did them in during the regular season, if we really want to take a look at it, was the 500-ish record halfway through the regular season. Hovering around 20-20 and all that other stuff. So, yes, they have had a better second half. Now, what concerns me about a possible Heat-Buck matchup is this, and you may not be concerned, and that's cool. Leave me a comment. I mean, if you don't agree with me on this, I completely understand. I am a little concerned, though, with a Heat-Buck matchup because it was the Heat that upset the Milwaukee Bucks last year in the playoffs. So some of you might be saying, oh yeah, well they'll do it again. Okay, but it's not like the Bucks are, I mean, they're going to, if anyone's going to have a mental advantage, it might be the Bucks. They're going to be out to even the score with the Heat in the first round. Also, let's not forget the Bucks had the top record also 2 seasons ago, 2019, when Kawhi and Toronto pulled through in the East and won the NBA championship. So the Milwaukee Bucks they're coming off 2 disappointing, really, postseasons in 2019 and 2020. So they have plenty to prove, and they've added Drew Holiday, which doesn't necessarily make things easier at all. Makes things more difficult. So, and I know I'm not going to get many to agree with me on this. I almost would rather see a net. It's a little bit of a reach, but in some ways, I almost want to see a Nets Heat series instead of a Bucks Heat series. I really don't think there's that much different. They're different teams, the Bucks and the Nets, but they're not. If the Nets are better, they're not much better. And plus, remember the big 3 for the Nets have not played together for the most part in months, up until a few days ago. So you got to keep that in mind. That could come back and haunt the Nets in the postseason. So you got to take all these things into consideration. Now, let's talk quickly about the unfortunate loss Saturday night to those Milwaukee Bucks. Kendrick Nunn had a really good game, though, with 31 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. He had a block. Duncan Robinson played pretty well. Shot 6 out of 15 from the field, though, 17 points. He added a steal and 2 assists. Trevor Ariza had 11 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steals. You had Bjelica with the start, played 20 minutes, finished 11 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. Bam with 5 points on 2 of 9 shooting. Not really sure what that's all about. 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals. Goran Dragic off the bench had 17, played well. He added a rebound. That's about it. He just scored, pretty much. Dedmon off the bench had 6 points, 6 rebounds. Tyler Hero only 3 points on 1 of 9 shooting. 6 rebounds for Hero, 2 assists. Strus had 3 points off the bench and a block. Iguodala, 2 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. A steal and a block. Hopefully I'm not losing you guys on this. One more, guys. Precious scored. Precious played 2 minutes. That's news in itself. He had 2 points and an assist. Would like to see him in the rotation, but it doesn't look that way going into the postseason. KZ played 2 minutes, didn't score. Gabe Vincent played 2 minutes, had an assist. Milwaukee was led by, you guessed it, Mr. No, it was Middleton. Middleton with 21. Chris Middleton, 21, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Giannis with 15, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Drew Holiday had 20, 10 assists, guys, 5 rebounds, a steal. Drew Holiday's a difference maker. Brook Lopez, 18.6 rebounds and a block. DiVincenzo, 11 points. How does he get 9 rebounds? When did that start? 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. Forbes off the bench for Milwaukee had a big game. Brian Forbes, 21 points. Portis, 14, 3 rebounds, a steal. Tucker had 2 rebounds and an assist and a steal. And that's pretty much it, guys. That guy, Connaughton, they pronounce his name a little differently, though. I pronounce it Connaughton. He played at Notre Dame, I believe. He's an interesting player for the Bucks off the bench. Pat Connaughton. Didn't score, though. He had 6 rebounds and a block. So there you go, guys. I mean, the Heat lose that one. It would have been nice to pull out a win, but, you know, that's a tough matchup for the Heat. They only shot 41%, just under 42% from the field. Milwaukee shot 53.5%. So the field goal shooting right there. I mean, did them in. Rebounds, Milwaukee by 10, 48-38. Turnovers were the same, 11 each. And then you have the free throw line. Milwaukee took 24 free throws to the Heat's 8. That's big. Converted 17 out of 24 Milwaukee. Heat 6 out of 8. And the Heat shot well from 3, though. 22 of 49, almost 45%. Bucks not really, 13 to 35, 37%. But Miami shot better from 3 than they did from the floor, from regular field goals. So, guys, let's hope that matchup to end the regular season. Well, actually, the Heat played tonight in a meaningless game against Detroit. They got the 6th seed no matter what. So expect a lot of Strus, Gabe Vincent. You might see Precious out there, although I'm sure they'll cap his minutes at like 10, even in a game that doesn't mean anything. Guys, here's the thing. I don't want to sound overly negative at all, but it's going to be, we have to understand one thing. This is not going to be easy, no matter who they play, whether it's Nets or Bucks. It's going to be tough. The Heat are going to be underdogs. Not big underdogs, small underdogs against either of those teams. I think the Bucks are going to be a tough matchup, though. I really do. And if it is going to be the Bucks, it looks like it might be. It's going to be a battle. The Heat are ready, though, full force. They're a talented team. They are the defending Eastern Conference champions. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. What are the odds? What are the odds of the Heat making it to the second round? Can they do it? Can they advance to the second round? I think they have a decent chance, but it's going to be difficult, guys. It's going to be really difficult. Philadelphia's got the first seed. You know, those play-in teams, let that all play out, if you will. No pun intended. And we'll just go from there. It's going to be Knicks-Hawks. That'll be interesting. We'll see what happens tonight. Sunday night will be interesting, and then we'll know who the Heat play in the first round. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, and I will talk to you, yes you, very soon. Bye for now.